G'day everyone, it's time for another ring lap, which means taking an absurdly fast piece of machinery and trying to get it round the Nürburgring. And with that cheeky bit of first corner oversteer, I welcome to the stage the Ariel Atom 500 V8, which for the next 7.5 minutes, or 8 minutes, is going to be keeping my balls in a vice. This machine is an absolute bloody maniac, and as I slide all over the track, out of the off position, away from the apex, and away from any discernible racing line, you can probably hear in my voice that this is a totally superlative piece of simulation driving. I have been doing some practice in this thing to prep for this video recording, and I will tell you, it is a totally white-knuckle ride. This thing has 2 Superbike engines joined at the crank to form its absurd V8. It's got a lot of aero, big rear wing, big front wing, so it doesn't necessarily top out at any massive speeds. They're well above 250 kilometers an hour. But, oh god, this is going sideways. Huge drift there onto the grass. Got to recover this, got to get off the grass. Okay, I'm off. Far out. I just don't know if I can commentate this. It's so intense. It's physical. It's constant left, right foot braking. I mean, my legs hurt, my arms hurt. I mean, I'm a pretty fit bloke, ladies and gentlemen. I don't. Far out. I'm not exactly unhappy with my physical fitness at the moment, and this is a physical piece of gaming, and everything is just sideways. It's fun, but at the same time it's just so mentally demanding. Obviously, I don't want to just step away. I'm like 9/10 right now, and I don't want to go back to 7 or something, because, you know what, to be honest, it just doesn't make intelligent. I was too late in the braking zone there. So very wide of the apex. But better that than sticking it in the wall. It's just so hard to put the power down. That's 60% throttle, and I've just gone completely sideways and nearly into the wall. It was 60% throttle. Wheel spin in 3rd gear. And as you might have noticed, I'm doing it in the fog. It is foggy at the ring. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, just soaring at the wheel. Oh, I've put my bloody toe in the dirt again. Got to slow right down here into first for this very slow sequence of corners, and I think in this car, if I try to do anything brave, it's just going to go straight into the barriers. I mean, the rate at which this thing builds speed in 2nd and 3rd is just something else. And with 6 a.m, it's the morning. It means it's cold, which means the tyres aren't warmed up. I mean, far out. I'm being very ginger around here because very easing it in 2nd gear, way slower than I'd be in, say, the 12C GT3, and the reason is that I just can't see anything. I mean, honestly, I don't know what YouTube's compression is doing to this fog, but what it's doing to my mind is reminding me that as much as I know this track, when you can't see what's coming, it becomes a whole different ballgame. And it's just so unnerving to be soaring at the wheel at over 120 miles per hour, which is 200 kilometers per hour. I am going to have to lift off here for, oh crap, bit of power off, understeer there, what am I talking about? I mean, the front end just bites, but really slow heel. This is a deceptively tight corner. And I tell you what, it is making me laugh out loud, this vehicle. I mean, the BAC mono in the rain, you might say, surely that had less traction. Well, of course it did, but it was also going a hell of a lot slower. It just doesn't have the power of this absurd machine. And you can see the back end just twitching. You can probably see flames coming out of the exhaust as well. Holy crap, obviously I'm keeping the view inside the cockpit for most of the time. This is just superlative. I tell you guys, if you can get the chance to own a any game, any racing simulator, but preferably one with a bit of... Oh, crap. Overcorrecting there. Honestly, that's 60% throttle. I'm not trying to be a yobbo here. I am trying to keep this thing in line. And you can hear me tapping on the brake pedal there. No ABS. Means lockups. And actually, I was looking at the replay of the 12C lap, and I was constantly locking up the fronts. And it's just bad driving. And oh god, I'm gonna stick in the wall. Shit. That is a bad hit. That is a really bad hit. I don't know what I've done to it, but ah, shit. I really want to get around this lap. Oh my goodness. I was having too much fun to not get around this lap. I don't know what I've done to it. I mean, I've showed you guys an external view now, so you can see it. I've slowed down a bit. Just can't comprehend the speed of this thing. Yes, other guys go faster in a straight line, but the way it delivers its power, okay, I've definitely done something to it because it's just not acting as it has for the rest of the I'm sweating right now. I'm sweating. The Logitech G27 really is obviously not as big as a real wheel, but it's got a bit of force feedback to it. I mean, it's great because it gives you the feedback to know where the wheels are. Really early braking because this is a deceptive turn. Oh, it's all sideways, and I've put my foot in the grass, lost traction. Just prodding at the throttle, trying to I don't want this to end. I mean, it's just such a challenge. Could almost go for another lap straight away. Wheel spinning third, wheel spin for days. It's so intense. If you can get the opportunity to do this, just do it. Don't think twice. Let's see what we top out at here. In fourth, 145. Fifth. I don't think it's going to go much above 160, to be honest. I think it's going to top out in fifth. Yeah. And it's going to not be able to do much in sixth. I mean, I could lower the final drive ratio because, I mean, six is basically slowing down. 163 kilometers an hour. It's 160 miles per hour. And, yeah, I can't even do the maths on it, but about 260 kilometers an hour. I'm going to concentrate on getting around these final corners. This is just so intense. Bloody brilliant. And it's all sideways, and I've gone into the pit lane. So I didn't intend to go into the pit lane, but I have gone into the pit lane, and the autopilot has taken over and crashed me into the wall and gone psychotic. But ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all soon for another ring lap. That was